Good evening, everyone. It's Friday night, and I'm a little bit jolly because, hey, it's the end of the work week. And here with me tonight for another episode of Shine at 9. It is an episode that is very, very interesting and I would say important for a lot of us to understand how to maintain closeness, although we are physically distant. And of course, this conversation, this topic of discussion for the night is with regards to working teams, not family members or friends. Yeah, this is for working team. So tonight I have with me here Kelvin Tan. Kelvin is the founder and principal consultant of 4Teams Private Limited based in Singapore, a training and development company actually. So he is here tonight with me to share with us, with the audience, how to build social closeness in spite being physically distant. He's got more than 14 years of experience in this field, and I would really like to listen to him for his suggestion as to what we can do as a company to maintain our closeness and bonded as a team. Before I introduce Kelvin, I would like to say hi everybody who's joining us right now. Click on like, say hello, drop Kelvin a message, and yeah, we can have a very good discussion with your participation. So, hi Kelvin, good evening to you.
Hey, evening to you, Geraldine. How's
How are you,
everything?
Kelvin? Very good. How's everything in Singapore?
I think we all will be saying that it can be a lot more better. Definitely, it's getting better in a situation of at least we are getting out of the house a little bit by a bit.
I note one thing. Your hair is very short and well trimmed. It's a little bit different from the man in Malaysia right now. Because the hairdressers are not allowed to be open yet. So a lot of us have either done DIY onto themselves or, a trusted family member has cut their hair. Yours looking good.
Yeah, we are lucky in a sense. The hairdressers were open. So I went to had a quick trim, I think on Tuesday after they were open.
Oh, okay. So it's quite recent also.
Yes. That's why you can see it's still very short.
Wonderful. Okay, so Kelvin and I actually we've been friends for recently. Actually, not so long. We've been introduced to each other sometime last year. So in my mind, I was introduced to Kelvin as a team building trainer, team builder. So yeah, okay. Kelvin, do you mind introducing yourself a little bit for the audience to know who you are?
Oh, sure. Well, hi everybody. My name is Kelvin here. Right. I'm actually the founder, the principal consultant of 4Teams, like what Geraldine has mentioned. Now, what I do is that I actually help companies, corporate companies, to do team building activities to actually help their companies' staff to communicate better, to work better. Lastly, of course, to stay longer in the company. Yeah.
So wonderful. Communication and retention. I heard these two words.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Oh, wow, wonderful. Okay.
Because
so
things that I would say very crucial in a company, at the end of the day, whether the staff stays long or not, I mean, this of course it boils down to your retention, and communication is the basics of all teamwork. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Actually, I'm always curious with all my guests that come on the hot seat, because most of my guests are definitely founders of their company. Yeah. So I always would like to find out, maybe it's a bit of a kepo or a busybody, but I always find it interesting to know about your journey. What made you open 4Teams?
Well, I started off, I will put it this way. I started off my very first foray into team building was being an assistant to one of the trade associations in Singapore. I was a lifeguard for one of their activities. So from there, I actually see that there was differences when people actually starts to bond together, work together, and think and gel up much more stronger. So my very first foray, I think that was, oh my goodness, make me sound old. I think it's about 20 plus years ago.
No, that's just showing that you've got feathers in your cap.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. Then following on after my national service in Singapore, we have to serve national service. So following on from my national service, I was working for one of the SME in Singapore. Well, anyway, team building companies in Singapore, we are all SMEs. So the working there, it was also the formal step into learning and understanding about conducting team building for corporates, for schools, and for youth leaders. Yes. So,
Youth leaders. Mm.
so along the journey itself, I found myself much more going into the direction of corporate training, adult training, because I find that adult training is something that is a lot more fun because it's so dynamic. You know, uh, the lecturers, the teachers will always say, andragogical and pedagogical. Pedagogical is what you study in school, academic
Yeah.
wise, and
Mm-hmm.
adult is andragogical. So,
Mm-hmm.
and there isn't a right or wrong answer. It is very
Mm-hmm.
much of perspective, and of course, how we can align back to theories. Mm.
Okay, okay. Of course, before I have you on my show, I always stalk all my guests on LinkedIn. And I
Mhm.
know I noticed something that you did tell me in person also, that you are a scout.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
the reason I bring this up is I think that's an interesting background to have and to lead you where you are right now.
Yes, I would definitely say that being a Boy Scout actually made a lot of big difference in my life. In a sense where we learn a lot about leadership. That's one. We learn about work as a team.
Mm-hmm.
That's two. We have a lot of experiential learning and journeys where our leaders, my troop especially, my leaders, pass us the give us the free rein and control on how we plan our activities for the next few weeks or so,
Mm-hmm.
and then how we do our activities. So
Mm-hmm.
along the way, we will push our strengths and our limits and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm a firm believer about our experience shaping and forming our decisions and the things that we enjoy at the moment. So yeah, I thought bringing up your scout experience, I think you're very proud of it because yeah, you told it to me before. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, we take a pause for a while, Kelvin, to say hello to all our friends here. Hi, Nilsson. Hi,
Hi,
Luo.
Mr. Hi, everyone.
Cindy
Hi,
is
Cindy.
here. Yeah,
Yes.
so many of your friends are here.
Yeah. Hi,
Okay.
everybody. Yeah.
Hello, Sharon. Hi. Wonderful. Okay. So moving on to the next part of our conversation, actually, it's an interesting topic that you brought to my attention, yeah. Because yeah, with the situation right now, we are scattered in the sense that we are working from different places and serving the same company or same client, and yeah, communication might suffer, and yeah, the
That,
topic of your choice tonight is quite interesting because I did think that since March that team building trainers are having a difficult time trying to adjust or pivot their courses to online. Yeah.
mm,
So what do you think, Kelvin?
well, definitely it's been a very big challenge, even in Singapore here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the topic that I actually put up is because I've been thinking over the past few months, mulling over it and thinking what we can do. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we, everyone has two choices in this type of situation in a global pandemic. Is either you sit back, you are going all negative about it, or you find something out and see the silver lining. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm quite lucky to the sense where I managed to see a little bit of the silver lining right now, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to move forward to get more of the silver lining and possibly and
Yeah.
hopefully all can actually share the sunshine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very important. Actually, that's almost the same objective why I started Back to School Co. To give a platform to entrepreneurs to actually, share what they do during this situation so that more people can find them and, use their services.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, we
I,
are here to discuss this topic in more depth. I understand you have PowerPoint slides to share with us.
yeah, why not this? I just do a quick share with
Mhm.
everyone so that everyone can actually understand where we are going.
Wonderful, wonderful. So if
So
you guys are a business owner, if you are an employee, please feel free to ask Kelvin questions after his presentation. We'll get to your questions shortly. Yeah.
yeah, well,
Okay.
everyone here, nice meeting you guys online here. This is actually my very first time online live. Uh, yeah, the topic here I was actually putting up to Geraldine was that building social closeness while we are physically distanced. Now, all of us know that right now with the pandemic, we are all physically distanced. Of course, in Singapore here, our government actually tells you that you are socially distanced. I beg to differ, in the sense where we still can maintain that social closeness even though we are physically apart. Now, just a food for thought, all right, ladies and gentlemen, over here. All these numbers, right? Do y'all know what does these numbers represent actually? Geraldine?
It looks familiar. I think 80, if you think about it, could you be referring to the number of days we're stuck at home?
Exactly, all right. Now, 80 is actually right now, as of today, how many days MCO has started? Okay,
Malaysia or KL?
I will say
Sorry, Malaysia or Singapore?
Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
Singapore.
I clearly lost count.
Yeah, Singapore, and actually the 135, for everyone's knowledge, is actually since the first case started in Singapore. Yeah, the first coronavirus, the first COVID-19 case that was found and located in Singapore. Yeah. So since this period of time, a lot of us has been going on webinars and also online workshops and stuff where everyone has been asked one question: what is happening and how has life affected you? Because in the face of the global pandemic, we are all forced to change our life, our way of life, how we work, and as well as how we interact, right? Now, day itself, rather than asking you the same question, I will say that every one of you, after 60 days of being asked the same question, how has this affected you? Why not this? Let's just, in one of my mentor's words, bounce forward, leap forward. We think of how we can actually interact while we are physically apart, physically distanced, and most importantly, maintain that social closeness with each other, right? Anyone has any ideas? Jerry?
Nothing. No reply from the crowd yet.
No reply from the crowd. It's okay, because it is something that triggers us to think, right? Why are we mulling over something that has already happened? Why are we mulling over how it has affected us? We should really look at the new norm and how we can actually push forward and change to adapt, or in the latest article that I read, integrate, right? So this new norm itself, this global pandemic itself, we are all forced to actually go online to study, to work, right? In Singapore itself, about 90% of us are working from home since the circuit breaker.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. This circuit breaker itself, this 90% of us in Singapore, about I would say about 80% of them actually is looking at wanting to stay home to work more because they feel that it's much more easier, much more convenient. I don't know about the rest of you. I think most of the people that feels that it's more convenient is because wake up from the bed, go to the study room or go to the laptop. It just takes less than 10 minutes, Don't need to spend 30 minutes to travel and stuff like that.
On the road, on the road, in the commute,
However, there are also people who actually can't actually adapt. Close to almost 50%, be it the young generation or the older generations, they are not able to adapt because of further challenges. There are quite a number of challenges that we are looking at in this new norm. In the short term itself, these challenges is really giving us a lot of problems. But in the long term itself, some of these problems, some of these challenges have deeper impact. So, working from home itself, these are the 4 main challenges, I would say, that has an impact on all of us. Psychological safety, in the sense where we are talking about how people actually feel less stressful at work, at home, and emotional and the mental wellness, right? Actually, this was something that was surprising to me. I actually realized this after I read some articles as well. As usual, as everyone of us does, we do read up a lot during our this circuit breaker period or MCO period. So Google actually did a study a few years back. This was an article written by this lady called Miss Karen Tay. So she said that Google did this survey, this study a few years back, and they realized that high performance teams, right, the key thing about high performance teams is that they actually have a very high level of psychological safety.
Mm-hmm.
You must be wondering, what are we talking about psychological safety? Psychological safety, we are here talking about that doubt, that self-doubt, and that concern.
Right.
How employees and employers actually interact.
Okay. Yep. Yep. I can see that happening. Yep.
I'm not sure of how many of you feel this. My neighbor, my friends, okay, quite a number of my friends on Facebook as well. They actually put a lot of situations like this, because with the absence of face-to-face interactions, a lot of the bosses have this very big worry
Yep.
that if is the staff working. Ultimately, we take Hong Kong as an example. There was this bank, I think it was a HS bank one. They were actually rotating to do work from home, but end up one of the teams actually went to climb the go trekking or something like that. And this also inspired and also triggered some of the thoughts by the employers about whether is their staff working at home really working or they are slacking, you see. So when this happened, a lot of the employers will be doing things like constantly checking up on you. My friend had this issue. Every time she received an email, before she could even reply, the boss would WhatsApp her or call her and tell her, hey, have you saw the email? Did you see the email?
Right.
Please read it and reply.
Yeah.
So
it's incessant, like sort of like bugging for no reason.
Yeah, but and this actually adds a certain degree of stress on the
definitely.
staff.
Yeah, definitely.
This degree of stress that we add, right? Along the way, the self-doubt will appear in the staff, in the employees, in the point where the employees actually wonder, all these years of me working for you, dear boss, although they will not tell them, but dear boss, all these years I'm working for you.
Yeah.
You mean you have always have doubt about my ability, my capability?
Yeah. You still have so low faith in me.
Yes. That point of concern, once it has been rooted and start growing in the employee's mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very frank with you. After the circuit breaker, if the situation, when the situation turns a lot better, economy goes up, this stuff is going to work.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, where we work and what we do, how we interact, we are humans. Humans are social animals. Social animals do not stay on the place when there is a low trust.
Right.
Yeah. The other challenges that everyone is facing right now is that they blur work-life boundaries. Someone says that this is probably no more Friedman's thoughts, theories of work-life balance. It is now more of a work-life integration.
Work-life integration, yeah.
Yeah.
One of our audience mentioned this now, Wang Ruyi. She did say work-life integration. Yeah.
Yes. So how do we integrate work-life? And how do we have work-life balance? Is these two things the same? I personally look at it that be it work-life balance or work-life integration, there is still certain boundaries that we need to draw, you see. You can have it merging together, but how can we actually have a good integration where you do not drain yourself out? And now my longtime friend, she is working for one of the MNCs in Singapore, in a marketing agency, one of the top marketing agencies. Poor thing about this program, she posted about 3 weeks ago on her Facebook at about 11 p.m. She said this, first time in her life, since 8 a.m. in the morning, she only had one meal and one toilet break.
Oh dear.
Because meetings are all packed back to back.
Yeah.
You all can actually see from here my slides. I actually put these two together under the same coloring because these two actually interrelates with each other very closely. You can have work-life integration where your work and your life is integrated. All of us entrepreneurs are all work-life integration. You go travel, you are thinking about something that can bring back value to your work. Okay? However, there has to be a point where you actually draw a line you draw to actually maintain that psychological safety for yourself. Before you get so wound up in work that you forgot about your personal life. You know, you have your family, you have your friends, they are there for you. It's not just about work. So,
Right.
yeah, I think this itself is the same. You see, there is a toll when you don't have a very clear boundary. You can integrate, but you need to have that boundary so that we actually do not take a toll off your mental and emotional health. I mean, how many of the bosses here, if there are, actually agree with me, right? If you do agree with me, you can share with us as well. Employees as well, you know, because this part here is some little problems. Now, the other point that I will put across to everyone here is also the social life. No, every one of us actually have a social life. Whether are we talking about the personal social life or even at workplace. If you do realize that this work from home, we are so much more work focused. We do not actually focus on relationship anymore. We don't focus on relationship building anymore. We just focus on work. So even as you go now, right, you do take a step back, you think back, you know, your Zoom meetings, your WebEx meeting, whatever that is online, that you connect with your colleagues. Don't you realize that your meeting gets smaller and smaller to the point where it's only those relevant people, the key people is inside that meeting. And you all don't discuss about any other thing. It's all about work. Once it's done, meeting end, leave the room, pop into the next meeting or carry on doing your work. You see, this itself diminishes your social life. We humans I keep saying this, you know, we are social animals. So even in the workplace itself, you have people that is your lunch buddy, your work buddy, or someone that is your aunt agony, you know, auntie agony, aunt agony, to actually for you to offload a little bit about your unhappiness, about your stress, about little nitty gritty things that appears in your life at work. But because when we are working from home, right, you kind of loses that opportunity because you don't have a lunch kaki now. You don't have a kaki. You don't have a pantry gossip friend, right? So I mean, this is also one of the points where, you know, it brings out to your social life in workplace. Your connection diminishes, and it will also become another problem for you and work in an organization because on the long run basis, right, it's really going to be a high buy even when you see each other face-to-face interaction. It will take some time for that bond to build back up.
To recover,
The other portion is actually also your personal social life. Some of us might be having a fun time. Fun time in the sense, hey, you know, I'm single. I have no one to worry about. Every day I can just do my work. 9 to 9 p.m. or 9 to 11 p.m. So be it. But after a while, you realize that there's a need for you to chill out. You don't chill out, you see. And those of you who are married, or you're a couple, you have kids, you have niece and nephew. For myself, I truly love my nieces and my nephew. There's so much that, you know, during the work from home period, it is really a nightmare. You don't get to see them. Even my wife as well, we don't get to see the kids because we're very close to them. So this portion itself changes a little bit of things. And we realize that every weekend or so, we actually out with the kids to play with them and do whatnot with them and probably have dinner with them as well. Yeah. This is one of the points, you know, that I would like to actually share with everyone. Social life is still important because we are all humans. Don't think that moving forward, you work from home is quite nice. It's not really that easy. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
it's just your mental states. Now,
Mhm.
the other thing is, just now I was saying, this is actually an exact workforce survey done by Singapore itself. Although it's only on 2,700 people, this is what is being said in Singapore. I'm not sure here in Malaysia. Geraldine, did Malaysia side did any survey similar to this?
What is this way? What is this way?
Okay, this survey was actually understanding from the people
Mm-hmm.
what are their sentiments about working from home.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if we have this survey. If anybody knows if we in Malaysia have this survey, please let us know in the comment box.
Yeah, I'm also
Yeah,
very curious to know about that because
yeah.
in this sense, because I do team building for Malaysia as well, in Malaysia as well. So
Mm-hmm.
knowing about this will also help me a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
come across this, but I never, you never know. I missed out something. Yeah.
Well, Malaysia is a lot bigger than Singapore, so
So
sometimes
2,700 people were
in the
involved in this survey.
yeah. So there was about 80% that says they prefer to work from home because it's a lot more convenient, and then there's 10% of them says they don't want to because of various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Challenges that I shared, and there are also multiple reasons like they do not have a proper workplace. They feel that they don't have the connectedness with their colleagues. They lack of that social interaction and stuff like that. Yeah. So, and also in the same survey itself, this percentage of people, almost half of them actually feel that they have a lower productivity.
Right. Okay. Lower
Yeah.
productivity. Okay. All right. So that's a big concern for employers.
Yes, of course.
That's a big number. That's a big number. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This
10% not wanting to continue working from home. Okay. All right.
I think the
Okay.
boss might be happy because 10%, I can downsize my office, don't need to have such a big office, maybe, or you can have hot desking methods of working, which
Yeah,
help.
because it serves the 80% who wants to continue working from home.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
However, in this same survey as well, we also see that
Mm-hmm.
there's a drop in that productivity level.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
with a drop in productivity level, it also means that the company is not actually functioning as efficiently.
All right. Right. That's the correlation. Yeah. Actually, a few days ago, I did have a few guests, or I was involved in some projects regarding real estate and the future of real estate. And
Hmm.
the real estate agents did mention that the future could be in co-working spaces kind of concept. So in which that even officers could adopt this kind of concepts, because it's not necessary anymore moving forward to have your full force being in the same office under the same roof. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, in Singapore itself, quite a number of the real estate agencies are already practicing that. To what I know,
Mm.
make their office very atas, macam like Google Office like that.
Mm-hmm.
Got pool table, some got pool table, got bar, uh,
Mm-hmm.
private rooms as well. The insurance agency as well, they are also doing the same. They also have hot desking methods of working.
Mm. Okay.
Uh, I think in the future to come, likelihood we are going to see a lot of the companies moving towards that direction. Yeah.
I see. Okay,
Mm,
it's very interesting. All right. All right.
yeah.
Kelvin, is there much more to go, because we are approaching 9:30 already?
Okay. Let me
So
just go a little bit faster for you.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
Now,
Okay, let's go.
when we talk about lower productivity, right, we also
Mm-hmm.
need to actually see how we actually can do it. So employee engagement is one of the ways actually we boost up the lower productivity, right? So there's formal, there's informal, and there's one thing that's called the informal formal, right? Uh,
Informal, formal. Mm.
yes. I think formal engagement, everyone is doing it right now. Zoom meetings, calls, discussion, WhatsApp messages, all related to work.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
the formal one, I'm not sure in Malaysia have we all started this. Okay, I have friends who have started this. They have virtual lunches, right? They have this KTV session. They have probably have after work hours they join workout sessions with their friends, their
Mhm.
colleagues, some of them together to actually
Mm.
do some workouts together and sweat it
I
out.
heard of workout sessions and karaoke, but
Yeah,
yeah, because I work in a small company, my own company, we don't have a big team, so we haven't had any lunch do.
you should try that out. You should try that out. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
There's the other portion which I'll put it is the informal formal, which is your team building, your team bonding.
Mhm.
It is, why is it the informal formal? Because it's not informal in the sense where it's not related to work.
Mhm.
Formal in the sense where it's encompassing all the staff, all the employees of the same department
Mhm.
or the same division. You know,
Mm-hmm. I have heard of team meetings that are, they have themed team meetings. They got
Hmm.
to dress up in a certain way and come attend the meetings. I mean, they have fun in this manner.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have all this little fun. You enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can actually relax out. Now,
Mm.
here itself, you must be probably thinking, why why we do this? Because at the end of the day, right, when you actually have informal, formal employee engagement, which
Mm-hmm.
is just your team building and team bonding activities, which is what I do, it actually helps to spur and also grow your company's staff connection with each other. At the same time,
Mm-hmm.
building the trust.
I
Yeah.
see. Right. Okay. That is quite important. Because, yeah, like you said earlier, that a lot of us forgot to take a break. We work additional long hours and
Mm,
without even realizing that, we need to balance out things. Hmm.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this portion here, why we need to do this is because we need to actually, as a leader, uh, you actually be seen as by your employees that you are someone that cares about their mental and emotional health.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just to take a break and do something fun together virtually.
Yes. And when you actually do that, right,
That's
on
a
the long
good
run,
idea.
these people will stay on with you because they know you care. Let's be frank.
Mm.
If you know someone that cares for you, you will
Yeah.
do what you can to reciprocate the action,
Yeah.
right? Then
Yeah.
the other portion is this. Right now, we are all in a global pandemic.
Mhm.
Everyone has your own dark side. Everyone has
Yeah.
your own negativeness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your boss, your company may be paying you, but everyone has this tugging thought in your mind, in your
Mhm.
heart that will my salary get deducted?
Yeah.
Will I be
How will I
retrenched?
be affected? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Correct.
But when you do all this employee engagement, the informal, formal engagement with your employees, you
Mhm.
show them it will make a very big difference to your company's your team's resilience, to your
Mm.
company's staff resilience towards the whole pandemic as well. Now,
Makes sense.
you know, if we think about it in an alternative view, okay, that
Mhm.
when people actually work together, you see each other working together, you do feel inspired,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. So when you feel inspired, you will also feel engaged to actually move forward together.
Right.
We don't see that, hey, Jerry is working very hard. We are the same company, but she's working hard. Good for her lah. I'm just going to sit down here, lepak one corner. No, right? We
No.
will be doing, hey, she's working hard. I also should do the same so that we can actually push forward together.
Mm. Mm.
Right?
Mm.
So this as itself, right, again strengthen that very point. As employers, you need to do that. Yeah. You need to
Yeah.
actually have that to actually build that fund. But
Yeah.
importantly, okay,
Mhm.
Jadi, I'm not trying to sell koyo here, okay? Uh,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
this very importantly, that all this informal, formal engagement, right, you got to
Mhm.
get an external party to facilitate the program.
Oh, okay. You can't just organize something yourself.
Not that you can't, you see.
Mhm.
But when you organize something yourself, the one who is organizing will be out of that circle.
Ah, right, right. Okay. So that person is busy trying to get everyone involved, but they are themselves not involved.
Yes. And everyone is going to ask them the same question. Imagine, I have a lot of customers last time who actually do this. They organize their own programs, and then after that, they do ready. Then they find that, hey, my colleagues have fun, but I don't have fun.
Mm. It
They,
sounds a very typical typical complaint from like the HR team? I mean, because generally that's our client in terms of in a company setting, the
Yeah,
trainers where you work with the HR people.
correct. Or the admin girl, the executive who is actually organizing for the department. Why?
Or the
Because
PA. Yeah.
yeah, because every time, right, if they participate together, like for example, Amazing Race, they participate together, right, everyone's going to push to them and say, "Hey, Geraldine, you're the one who organized, right? Tell us the
You
answer,
already
lah.
know. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, yeah.
Tell us the answer, then we don't need to play all this already. Then we can faster get on to the end. We can win the game. We can get the prize." But putting yourself in the shoe of the person who organized, how demoralizing it is.
Yeah.
That people has no interest in your activity. That's one. And secondly, right, you don't share the fun of playing the game together with them because you already know the answer.
Correct.
Makes a very big difference. Yeah.
Understand.
So
Yeah.
now,
So the impact is better, and what's lacking in a company when they do this themselves. I think what's lacking is the evaluation at the end, the achievement of certain ROIs.
yes.
Yeah.
Now, here itself, right, I will put it this way: is, the end of the day, whether is it team building or team bonding, there always has to be a certain level of learning objectives.
Yeah, definitely.
There has to be a take back. If there's no take back, and this take back must be equal for all. Whether is it for the bosses, is it for the staff, it has to be the same.
Right.
If it's not the same, it's very difficult for this thing to actually be successful.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Even like team building, hoo hoo ha ha rah rah kind of thing. As if they have an objective to achieve and it's measurable throughout the 2 days, 3 days, at the beach side and everything. Yeah, it's much better, and definitely with an external party, you can achieve that clearer. Yeah, within the objectives. Yeah.
I believe that every one of you are here probably thinking, hey, Kelvin, you're doing team building. Since you say that there's nothing much happening for you guys, how can I actually do this for my company?
Right.
So,
right.
Don't mind I share, okay, Geraldine?
Yeah. Come.
Yeah.
Share.
So, what we have here right now, one of our few activities that we have, number one is the online team bonding activities. I will put it this way, team building itself, right, there is a very hands-on experience. It's not that it cannot be done online, but it will take time before we can actually move there. But at the very first itself, that we need to actually nurture the bonds back again. Right? So what we are doing right now is that we are having online team bonding games and activities for our clients, for those who are interested. All right. And the other one is actually virtual workouts, group workouts for the staff. And this workout, we add on a little bit of a team bonding element to actually let everyone understand the differences. Yeah. And all the good news for a lot of people is this: the team bonding online and the virtual workouts, it's only about 1 or 2 hours.
Okay.
It really doesn't take much time.
Short. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it achieves certain objectives.
Yes. And last, of course, we have our own, all along we have been doing is the team building. I am always very proud to say this, is that our best seller is actually the card building, which is available both in Malaysia and in Singapore. In Malaysia, we are available in KL and also in B. Yeah. So you can connect to know more with us. One of the persons I remember, Jenny, we have our guest here tonight is Cindy, right?
Cindy, okay.
Yeah, Cindy is actually one of my clients as well. She's actually based in KL. So if Cindy would share a little bit how she feel, I think I'm more than happy.
Yeah. Cindy, if you're watching, Kelvin is inviting you to type your experience with his team for your company's team building. That will be interesting if we can hear from Cindy as well.
Yeah.
But while we are waiting for her, actually, is this the last slide? Because I want to put in 2 comments from the audience here.
Okay.
I'll read it out to you.
So the last slide is actually my contact.
Okay. Okay, I'll put out your contacts on the comment box after this. So for those who wish to get in touch with you, can get it very easily, copy and paste via the comment box lah.
Sure, no problem. Yeah.
Okay. Cindy is saying hello. Okay. Kelvin, you take out the stop sharing your screen so that you can see some of the comments here. Lovely. All right. Alina has said that she likes this idea of non-work related employees engagement. So yeah, it's great. Do introduce it to your managers, and the happier we are at work, the better it is for our nation building.
Yes.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we serve our country. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. And for Eugene, can consider taking turns to organize activities. This message from Eugene, this comment from Eugene came in when you said that when individual staff organizes the company's events, she or he might not be involved. So this was his suggestion.
Well, Eugene, hi Eugene. Eugene is actually my longtime friend. So Eugene, I would say that yes, we can consider to do that, and of course you have to see which type of activities that you are talking about. Everyone actually has a few ideas off your mind. Now, for me, I'll always put it this way: never organize an activity just because your boss likes it. Right?
Okay, so what do you recommend? Not to say to go against the boss, but what do you recommend we do?
I would say that we do something that is in the hype as well as something relevant back to your work. Okay, something that you must always remember that it has to have certain learning objectives. You have certain take backs. Okay,
Yep.
so for example, I have one classic example. Okay, one of my clients last time, the boss loves to run. Okay, so do you know what they actually do? They decided that they are going to organize an activity which is all about running. Sadly, in the company, there was this colleague of his who is, physically not so fit.
Okay.
One session of it, no way he's going to participate. Every session that anybody organized, he will just say that he's not feeling well or he will just not turn up at the last minute.
Right.
This is actually very detrimental. So, Eugene, when you ask me this question, I'll tell you, yeah, we can just organize something that make sure that it's well liked by everybody. But we can't please everyone. So please the majority. Yes, strike a balance. Yeah.
Strike a balance. Maybe some sporting activities outdoor, maybe some indoor game night. I don't know. I'm just throwing some ideas off the top of my head.
Yes, there can be a lot. The other thing that I also would actually like to share with you is after this COVID situation, right? Never ever say that let's go drinking. Okay, because
I know a lot of teams do this.
If the small team is very close with each other, okay, no problem. But when you're welcoming a new staff, please don't do that.
I see. Okay, Eugene added on. Sorry, I meant that my team does this rotational organizing, but the idea of external party organized is a good option. Yeah. I think most companies are doing this. I think HR carries this so-called burden, so-called this responsibility to keep the team happy. It's a HR's job. So sometimes HR will delegate to different departments so that everybody chips in, right, Kelvin? That's normal. And then they will have a quarterly or a half yearly or an annual big one where an external party will be called in to facilitate.
Yeah, I think what Eugene was saying is that a different staff organize it, and then they may engage an external party, which is also a very good idea because
it's a good combo.
Because every function in the company, right, they see different things. You see, so for example, a sales team, they want to actually focus on activities that's high impact to actually give that morale booster, that motivational booster for the staff to actually all work and chong. Our Malaysian local lingo chong,
Chong. Same lingo.
Yes, correct. At the same time, the accounts department may actually want to actually focus on some activities that makes you think of how to save money.
I was about to say this, because we can't be separated with our personalities. Some of us our personality is very much close to what we do for a living. So the salespeople are more gung-ho, they will do a lot of high energy kind of stuff. Like what you're saying, probably the accounts, the finance department will be more of the quiet night, but more thinking. I'm just being very stereotypical, but who knows, right? But that's the idea. Different
Correct.
people have different take on events. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Which is actually very nice for the company, because when you were for the staff especially, and the employees and the employees and employers, because when you actually have a myriad of activities which focuses whether is it a more calming, indoor, outdoor, high impact, low impact, uh, whatever type of activities it brings out, right, there is a certain level of social gathering and
Mhm.
bonding that you actually build across.
Yeah. Okay. We are hearing from Cindy now. Cindy, the cut building was so really a first for all of us. Amazing feeling. Maybe Kelvin can share. What did it involve?
Okay, card building itself, we actually involve a lot of things. We involve certain portions about the attitudes of the staff, right?
Mhm.
The points that we wanted to bring across to all of them, of how they build a card, how they work together as a team, and
Mhm.
how they actually envision a lot of things as a team, as a collaborative. Uh,
Mm.
so, when I actually do things for clients, right? The very first question I ask them: do you know your VMV? The
What is that?
visions, missions, and values.
Yes.
A
Mhm.
lot of the staff will be smiling lah, in a very awkward way, because
Yep.
they don't really bear in mind, or even those who bear in mind, right, there might be a differences, alignment differences between what the company sees and what they see. Their
Mm.
interpretation is different. So
Yes.
the very first thing is that we need to actually have that alignment between the personal values and the
Mhm.
corporate values. When you actually align that, right, you actually can move forward. Cindy's cup building, Cindy, if you don't mind, I'm going to dig out the video and then share with everybody. Is that okay?
We'll have to wait for her to comment.
Yeah, I also have the need to kind of find a video first.
Yeah. No problem. If you have a video, we can always play it later onto
Hmm,
our timeline, onto our wall.
we can actually
Yeah.
share on our timeline later.
Correct,
Uh,
correct. We can. So, okay, we understand. I mean, at least I do understand your services better now. And
mm,
if any one of you have the need to engage an external team builder, team bonding facilitator, I would recommend Kelvin because not only I've seen some of his work, I do sense the kind of creativity, that kind of drive that he puts into working with teams. So if you want to get in touch with Kelvin, this is his email address. Again, I'll put his email and his phone number onto the comment box, and so that you can call Kelvin. No doubt he's from Singapore. He also serves Malaysian customers, Malaysian clients, yeah, corporate clients. Yeah,
yes, yeah. Our
wonderful.
base at Malaysia is actually at one of the four-star hotels.
One of the four-star hotels. Okay, you can get in touch with me if you are in Malaysia, and yeah, we can arrange something with Kelvin. Especially, we have to wait for the borders to reopen. But in
Mm,
the meantime, we can always do a plan. You know, with team building and team bonding, any sort of trainers, usually they plan ahead of time. So it does take about 2 to 3 months anyway. So it is the right time to call each other already, to get in touch with each other already. Yep.
I agree. Mm,
Yeah. So Kelvin, we have reached towards the end of our session, of our show. You have shared a lot of good, interesting points, especially like the psychological impact of work from home. We may have experienced it ourselves and not noticed it, but I think from a boss's perspective versus an employee's perspective, two different perspectives, but usually the same objective, you know,
yeah.
for the benefit of the company, right? And this is where we need not forget, we cannot forget or we cannot push aside the importance of communication.
Mm, I
Yeah,
agree on that. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Any parting words before we say goodnight to our people?
Well, I would say that there isn't a TGIF right now, be it in Singapore or Malaysia. However, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. I also would like to actually thank Geraldine for giving me this opportunity to share with everybody about what is ongoing and how
Mhm.
can we move forward. Yeah.
Yes.
Or just remember this, huh? Let's move forward and let's
Mhm.
not just dwell on the past or the current situation. Yeah.
Mm. Don't
Mm,
dwell on the difficulties. There's a lot of silver lining here. Yeah.
correct. Mm.
Yeah. good news for everyone. Cindy has given permission. Ha ha ha. Okay, it's a permission granted for Kelvin to share the video.
Okay.
So once
I
Kelvin digs it out from his archive, we'll get to see it. I'm
yes.
excited to see card building. Yeah.
Yes, I will share with you all the card building. I'll see if I can get a good video that I
Mhm.
have to share with everybody here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So with that, I thank you everyone for spending 50 minutes with us on the Friday night. Kelvin said there's no TGIF. I know some of us have TGIF, so we can't generalize that there's no TGIF. But thank you so much. It is a Friday night, and in Malaysia, it's a long weekend in the sense that Monday is a public holiday. So really appreciate it. It's the King's birthday, the King's official birthday on
Oh,
Monday.
okay.
Yeah, so it's a long weekend for us. Well, if you're working, that's definitely different. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And what will happen on Monday with another episode of Shine at 9 will come. And on Monday, we will be discussing email marketing. So if you are a retail e-commerce owner or shop run, you have a shop on Lazada, Shopee, and the likes, and email marketing seems to be your challenge, tune in on Monday because I've got Darren Chan who will come and share with us some tips, some techniques that you can do. Yeah, especially now e-commerce is on the rise and you don't want to miss out on that opportunity, that boat. Yeah. All right. With that, thank you so much, Kelvin, my guest. And
All
thank
right.
you so much, my beautiful audience. Good night to you. Have a lovely, lovely weekend.
Good night to all of you. Bye bye.
Bye.